Hey, Bradley.
Hey, how you doing, Jared?
I'm doing well. We're going to play a video game.
All right, great. Let's do it.
Cool, right? It is a new skateboarding game from True Axis.
Man, I've been waiting for the next Tony Hawk. This is so awesome.
Not much in common with Tony Hawk.
What?
It's a little fingerboarding kind of game. Similar to Touch Grind, I think, is the only thing that really comes close. And, you control it with your fingers, kind of like pretending they were your legs, I guess.
Okay. You know what? I really appreciate the amount of detail that has gone into the top of the board there, the grippy
Dude,
thing. What's that called?
Some grippy grip, right? Grip tape.
Grip tape? Is that what that is?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right.
You can see the way you pop down on the tail and then you level off the top of the board. And it works really similar to how you would do like an ollie or do tricks in real life, which is kind of cool. It gives you a similar feeling, to like actual skateboarding. Whereas Touch Grind kind of just felt like you were playing with a virtual tech deck in a way.
Okay.
It had more of like a toy feel, I guess.
Do a 900. Oh.
Yeah. I wish.
So, wait. The people at home might not know this. You have some major experience with skating.
Yeah. I've been skating, for far too long. But, all my buddies have been into skating and some of them, that's their career now. And so, been, tuned into skating my whole life. And so, I don't know. I guess maybe that gives me a different perspective because I can see as I'm playing this game how similar it is to real skating and the mechanics behind it are also similar. That the first build I downloaded of this was actually a developer build that had the tutorial disabled on accident, and so I started playing and it just immediately throws you into the game with no sort of explanation about anything. And probably about 10 minutes or so of just tooling around, I eventually kind of figured it out that, you smack the tail down and level off the front of your board and get airborne that way. And then everything kind of evolved from there, whereas, starting to flick the board and do flips and stuff like that. And you kind of scoop the tail to do shove-its. And
scoop the
it all
tail to do shove-its.
These are technical terms, Brad. I don't know if you can keep up with me, but
I'm trying.
But anyway, yeah, it's weird. It all just kind of works how you would expect it to. I think whether you skateboard or not. So it's really well done. The problem I always had, I love Touch Grind, by the way. So that was one of the most unique apps several years ago when the iPhone was still new, and it did what it did really well, and it was really like a lot of people referred to it as a tech demo. And I think that was pretty accurate. But the problem was it was strictly top down, and you really could never tell where you were going enough to legitimately like set up tricks or line yourself up to hit a rail or a ramp or something like that. It was really hard. And so in the end, it just kind of turned out to be like you would tool around the skateboard for a little bit and try and do some tricks, and then that was about the extent of it. True Skate, you can see, has like a much easier perspective to tell where you're going, but it uses kind of similar, finger mechanics to control your board and stuff.
Mechanics.
Damn, you see that 3-flip dog?
I need a 900 or I'm not going to be satisfied.
Oh,
Get going
I'll be
already.
working on that one.
Yeah.
But so anyway, this one, I still would say, for the most part, this feels just like a really overblown virtual toy skateboard.
Right.
But there's definitely more of a game components to it. It feels more like a traditional skateboarding game where you can cruise around, you can see an object and think of something and run over to it and try something on it, whatever pops into your head. And there is actually like a mission structure too, which I can show you here in a bit as soon as I stop having fun just tooling around.
So let's have an internet seance right here, an e-seance, and let's summon Tony Hawk to this discussion.
Okay.
All right, we're bringing him through the magic of the internet.
Okay.
What would Tony Hawk say about this game?
I think he would say it was neat.
I feel like he's saying it's neat right now. I can hear
He's
him.
like, whoa, neat. And then he'd be like, I gotta go take a bath in piles of money. I'll be back later.
Tony Hawk, you played the XBLA version, right? The new the HD remix.
No, I have not actually.
You haven't yet?
Yeah, kind of weird. I was gunning for that thing, and then it came out, and I was just like, I mean, part of that has to do with I got rid of my TV.
What?
So I don't have a TV right now.
What? Okay, you have to explain this. Hold the phone.
I haven't had a TV for like 2 months, man.
What? Why don't you have a TV?
Because I gave it to a friend.
Wow.
You're a nice guy. One of these days, I'll get around to buying a new one. Anyway, yeah, I haven't played any Xbox or anything for a couple of months.
So you even went to talk to Tony Hawk. You have spoke to Tony Hawk about Tony Hawk HD remix thing, and you do this to him. You sell your TV. You don't even play his video game.
I didn't even sell it, dude. I gave that thing away. But no, I haven't played the remix. But you know, I was a big fan of all the old Tony Hawk games, and I still, to this day, play Skate, the EA Skate series.
Without a TV, how do you do it?
Well, when I have a TV in tow, I play that game.
When there's a TV around me, occasionally I'll put in Skate.
But you know, I feel like I'm really kind of waiting for a killer skateboarding app for iPhone still. I mean, Touchgrind was kind of it, and then there was a weird Gameloft skating game that was kind of like a Tony Hawk clone, and it was okay.
Right.
And there's been some other, you know, skateboarding related games, but not necessarily like, you know, actual skating games.
Yeah, so I was about to ask, like, what is your ultimate skating game? Is it something that plays it as loosey-goosey with physics as Tony Hawk, or is it something more like True Skate, what we're watching right here, which is, you know, I mean, obviously there's not a person on this board, but it's more realistic.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I like about this one. And the problem I've always had with Tony Hawk games is, like, they feel like, you know, you press a button and an animation plays. And it makes for cool-looking tricks and stuff like that, but it doesn't really feel as satisfying to be like, hey, I hit the right button combos and I pulled off, you know, this line of tricks.
Right.
Skate, the EA Skate, changed a lot of that because it was pretty much fully dual analog controlled. So you'd be like flicking your analog stick around in different ways that kind of mimicked the motions of your feet when you're doing tricks on a skateboard. And so that kind of brought it up a notch where it felt like, cool, I'm really doing these tricks myself. I'm snapping an ollie by popping the stick up and down. You know what I mean? And then I'd say True Skate actually takes all that to a whole nother level because it's literally hands-on. You're manipulating the board with your fingers, and you know, you're popping your ollie and you're leveling it off, and you're flicking your tricks in the air, and it all really feels satisfying to do tricks like you actually are doing them yourselves. And you just have this big open world that you can cruise around and kind of do whatever you want to, whatever comes into your mind based on, you know, the objects and the ramps and stuff. I think you can see here. Another thing is there's like this rewind mechanic.
Yeah.
So if you line yourself up with something and you go and you miss, you can just click rewind and back it up and give yourself another shot. It's nice because it saves you from having to, like, you know, skate around and set yourself up again or whatever. It's like a time saver.
Yeah, racing games are starting to do this now too, where you can kind of redo the line, which is really nice, actually.
Like, whoops, you crashed.
Yeah. It was the bummer about the Tony Hawk HD thing for me was I'm not so good at skating video games, and whenever I get like a clean shot at doing something cool, I will always mess that up.
Yeah. And
Guaranteed.
So you can just back things up and try over again as many times as you want.
Yeah, see, that'd be fantastic. I understand how that would destroy the scoreboards, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like I appreciate that mechanic when it's thrown into a highly technical game like this.
Yeah. Totally. I like the rewind mechanic, but I mentioned that it would be cool to have like a replay mechanic where you could do something cool, rewind it, and then record it and save it and show someone or share it or something like that. And that's something Truaxis says they want to do too, but they kind of have to build it from the ground up, and it's a lot of work. And
yeah, that would take a ton of work. But you're doing it right now. Give me a 900. Let's go.
Yeah. Quit asking for...
That's what I want to see. That's what the people want to see.
Skateboarding noobs is all you know is 900.
Yeah, you know why? Because it's effing cool.
So... Let's see here. I'm just crashing into stuff right now. But yeah, this game is... Their plan behind it is... They want to just release it. There's a lot of features they want to add to it, but they're going to release it as it is now. It's basically complete. And let it just get out there and see how people take to it, and then kind of add things like a replay feature or online challenges, stuff like that. They'll add at a later date. Which I think is a good idea. I want to get this thing out in people's hands because I think once they play with it and everything kind of clicks with them, the whole game really just kind of opens up to where, well, I am writing on that wall, by the way. Everything just kind of opens up, and then it's like the world is your oyster. Like you just get lost in skating around and trying different things, and it's kind of like I compare it to when you play Grand Theft Auto. And you think, like, I'm going to play some story missions and advance my progress. And you end up just getting lost, like, jacking cars and killing people for 3 hours instead,
I hide in bushes with knives.
Yeah, like, whatever meets your loaf. And that's kind of how this game is.
What? That was the most amazing thing I've ever heard anyone say.
You never heard that? Never heard that expression?
The second, hold the phone of this experience.
You gotta watch some Step Brothers deleted scenes to get in on that. But
wow.
Anyway, now these are the missions.
Do any of these meet your loaf?
Gameplay, mission based stuff in this game. It's not all just an open world toy. And most of these are just tutorials. But a couple of them, thing is some of them are really hard. So, like, this one gives you 15 seconds, score as much as you can. If you get over 800 points, you get a gold. 15 seconds is not a lot of time.
How many points do you get for a 900?
I'll have to get back to you on that as soon as I am able to do a 900, Brad.
What do you need to be able to do a 900?
I don't know.
Tell me what you need.
A vigorous swipe, I think, is all it takes.
A vigorous swipe?
Maybe like some height. Maybe I'll have to jump down some stairs to do it.
Well, I mean, like how big of a pipe do you need, and how do we get this pipe in the game so we can show people?
I don't know
what they're paying for right now.
I don't know. When you start talking about sizes of pipe, I just can't. I don't know. That's your forte. I'll leave that to you. But so what these missions? Now here's one. Most of them are like, follow a shadow of a skateboard and do what they do, and then you get graded on how accurate you follow them. And they are difficult, man.
Especially because if you do 900, because apparently you can't do it.
I wish there was one that made you do a 900. But see, so I'm like following the shadow, and I feel like I'm doing a good job. My accuracy is only 67%. So I got a bronze medal, like whoop-de-doo.
Maybe
gold is 100%, which means you can't screw up at all.
I feel like this is almost procedural or something. Like they didn't actually playtest this part.
No, I think they'll probably revisit it and see if it's too tough. Like I would say, like 95% might be a good way to give golds out. Like 100 is very demanding,
right?
But I mean, it's possible too. It's just.
Well, I mean, I was just because that was a really easy thing right there. I mean, you didn't even do a trick, and you're still getting penalized. It's kind of weird.
Well, this guy wants me to do the same tricks as he does, and then things just get difficult. I mean, I feel like I'm doing a good job here.
Oh,
30%.
Did he do he did a 900, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
Okay, all right. Need more speed. Did Tony Hawk do that off like the biggest pipe you've ever seen ever? Like, isn't that like he had like the crazy rolling start?
No, I don't think he's done one on one of those yet. Those mega ramp things.
Yeah, I thought that's where he
somebody else did a 900 on one of those, like Danny Way or something.
There you go.
But
be more like those guys.
Tony Hawk. The funny thing about his 900 was he did it back in the day before they started building these really giant ramps. He did it on essentially like a pretty typical vert ramp. He just spun himself around pretty crazy. Yeah, since then, I don't know. A lot of people have done 900 since then, and they build bigger and better ramps and stuff to make things easier.
Can you do a 1080
on a skateboard?
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's done that yet, but that's the next level.
Yeah. What do you need to do that?
Lots and lots of height.
Yeah.
Lots of speed. You'd probably need like a mega ramp for that.
What's a mega ramp?
That's like the one that's like they do during the X Games. It's like the giant roll-in, and then you launch across a huge gap, and then you land, and then you have like a vert wall to go up, and you launch yourself super high off that.
But if you fell, like if you lost your board, you would die, right?
If you fell straight out of the air. And a couple years ago, Jake Brown, I think, one of these vert skaters, did just that. He launched up in the air, lost his board, and essentially just watched himself fall like 40 feet to the ground, and it knocked his shoes off his feet. His shoes went flying. I have no idea how that guy survived that, but he did.
Oh,
actually, I don't even think he got hurt at all. But
What?
anyway.
He got up?
Yeah.
Wow.
For real.
He quit,
So-
right? That was it? He was like, all right.
No way, dude. Skateboarders don't quit. They get back
Wow.
up
No,
again.
I would just, no. I mean, that would be so miraculous, so amazing that I even got up and be like, all right, I can't do any better now. I'm done.
Yeah.
I did a 900, basically.
Yeah.
It's over.
Pretty much. But so anyway, yeah, I don't know. True Skate, I'm really liking how it's coming out. Like, I've been playing it almost nonstop the past few days, and like I said, I just get lost, like skating around and trying new things, trying to learn tricks. The developer emailed me like a list of all the flip tricks and all the grind tricks that are possible, and there's way more than I even knew about. And so now I'm just trucking around trying to, like, you know, do these different tricks and see how they're done, and just kind of, you know, keep getting comfortable with playing the game. But it's really fun, and it's super close to being done. Like, they're going to be submitting it any day. It's kind of bare bones as far as features, but it's a really fully realized and fun little toy to play with. So, yeah, I don't know. I think if you like skateboarding games, this is kind of the next evolution of touch-based ones. So, we'll let you know when it hits the store, and you should definitely check it out.
Yeah, man.